Hello, my freaky darlings. Hello, Elysian. Glad you could make it. Hello, Sunshine. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Nowhere. Okay. Alright. Okay, loaded. My errands wound up running a little late, and I literally just got home like 5 minutes ago. So I just picked the first game on the list. I didn't end up even deciding which game I actually needed footage for, because I didn't look through my list or anything, because I was like, oh, no time to think about it. Alright. Let's see if this will capture. Okay, good. Yeah, I remember, even though it's a Steam game, OBS had trouble finding Samsara Room, so I wasn't sure if it was gonna find Cube Escape. But it did. Alright, I think we are ready to just get into it. I've got my whiteboard for jotting down just puzzle stuff, because I don't have a good enough memory to remember things from one moment to the next. But I've also got my handy dandy lore notebook in case I have any lore revelations while we're playing or while we're chatting about it. I did last time. You guys pointed out some good stuff that I wanted to consider. Alright. Game. Now. Is there just no music in this part, or am I not? Is it not picking it up? Hold on. Oh, I need to restart it. Do we want to reset the achievements so we can get them again? Probably, right? We're trying to make sure we re-experience everything. Yeah, let's reset them. I mean, I'll still have them on Steam, so whatever. You barely know your birthday yesterday. Oh, happy birthday now here. Yes, I saw your video. I have it favorited in my watch later because I actually just didn't get a chance to sit down at my computer to watch it yesterday. But I'm really excited for it. I've got it starred on my hotbar. Why is there no sound? Should there be sound? Oh. That'll do it. Why was that muted? I don't think I've ever... Oof. It's a touch loud for me, though. It's a long one. That's okay, I'm looking forward to it. Alright. Here we go. Spring 1962. Now I know this is one of the ones. What do I remember? Man, I love the music in this series, even when they're not like even when it's just some slightly more generic music and not the original music, they just make good choices for the thing, for the vibes. Now I know this is one of the series, I guess games specifically, that Nowhere and I fundamentally disagree on an aspect of. It's actually kind of the same thing and reason that we disagreed about when we were talking about the camera change in Underground Blossom, where there are certain design choices that I feel drawn to in a way that makes me feel that they might be deliberate or likely deliberate from a lore standpoint, that some people, including now here, fundamentally disagree, and I don't... They're not wrong to I could just as easily be wrong, but they... Is that Harvey in the cage? Yes, it is. Hi, Harvey. And, so this is one of the things that, both Nowhere and I, at least for now, agree that he... So this game takes place concurrently to Underground Blossom, technically. Because Underground Blossom takes place over the course of Laura's entire life. From birth to death. So in Underground Blossom, he's an Azura, like a anthropomorphic version of this guy. Like, where he's like got a body of a man and the head of a parrot. Which doesn't feel like it could be true, literally. In fact, it feels like if it is true, it's a little upsetting, because he could have, and I feel, and many others feel, would have stepped in with Laura a little bit more, had he the power to do so, and been able to be a bit of a stronger help to get her through the things that happened to her. Now, granted, there is some level of yeah, and basically the same thing. I don't think my interpretation of him being an Azura in Underground Blossom, for now, future games could come out that solidify the idea that he just was an Azura and we just have to accept that. I don't yet. It's not, one isn't enough. As far as the metaphor, I guess, my interpretation for now is that it's showing us that once you are an Azura, you are fundamentally changed. So because we do know that Harvey has been an Azura, he was an Azura during Hotel, he already reached that state of his mind, state of his being. So even though he is a crow, I almost just said, even though he is a parrot here, in his body, he is like, he's stopped being just a parrot, I guess, is my interpretation, more or less. That he kind of has the soul of an Azura now, because he's been one. So he can't act like one fully, he doesn't have all of the abilities just of being a full, like, a man. And I don't think even, like, I don't even think mentally he's fully an Azura. Like, he's... But I think that mentally he is more than a little bit more than a bird. But, like, just in some special ways. Like, I do think he is mostly a bird here. But he's just sort of special about it. Like, there's maybe aspects of him where he kind of understands what's going on. And he can't quite do anything about it. But he understands more than a bird does that, like, this is my Laura, and that I miss her, and, like, something bad is happening. Like, yeah, kind of like Crookshanks, like, where it is more than just a smart cat or a smart bird. Like, there is a bit more there, but at the end of the day, it is just still bird. Special bird, the epitome of what bird can be. Any concrete evidence for that idea? Beyond Underground Blossom's weird metaphors. I would say, beyond that, no. But, as with all things, I can't... The choice to make Harvey an Azura in Underground Blossom, and this is my argument, and I know it's one that Elysian and Nowhere see, where I'm the opposite of you, Elysian, and I respect, like, I understand why, but I can't just dismiss an entire game out of hand. And I know that you find my argument that, well, it has to mean something a little, like, loose. I am somebody, I would prefer to believe that it means something than that it means nothing. And that's why I also say it's a very loose interpretation for now. It's not even so much a theory, so much as, well, this is how I kind of got the vibes from it. But I don't have... It's... When you're making an ongoing series, an ongoing story, one that has a lot of, following in the theory and lore and, like, analysis community, Rusty Lake is one of those series where a not small portion of the fans are specifically getting into it to interpret it. So newer games are almost going to be more important than older games, because when they made Seasons, they didn't necessarily have all their story in mind. By the time they make their newest games, Underground Blossom, they probably have a much stronger idea of what they're doing. The fact that Harvey is around so much, the fact that one of the secret endings for Underground Blossom is Owl talking to Harvey, hi, like, I'm so glad you're here. He also seems very interested in the idea of continuing to work with Harvey, which makes me feel like Harvey must still be more than a bird, right? If Harvey was just a parrot now, like just a regular ass parrot, it wouldn't mean anything to Owl. Owl, he wouldn't be a helpful tool for Owl. So the fact that Harvey is kind of always, it shows Harvey with Laura a lot. The old games, the new games, a lot of the images of Laura in her happy moments, her white cubes, are her with Harvey. So there is a lot of like, Harvey was important to Laura, Harvey grounded her. And then in Underground Blossom, we see that, he's always been there, and he was very close with Rose, and Rose doesn't refer to him as, like, she doesn't talk to him the way one talks to a pet. Like, I don't like the way I talk to my cat. Like, she's like, not like, oh, sweet little boy, take care of Rose, or take care of Laura. She's like, my friend. So, I think that Harvey is involved enough in the story, in the older games, in the newer games. He is involved enough that even before I realized he was an Azura, like before I understood what that meant by digging into things, I was like, something special about this bird. And I think that Underground Blossom is answering that question. What's special about this bird? Well, he's still an Azura. Sort of. He's not fully an Azura, but he was one, and that means something. And that also helps emphasize the fact that being an Azura is important. It helps, like, we see, Mr. Owl and Mr. Crow as men fairly frequently. Mr. Owl in particular becomes Jacob again, and them showing that Azura, or that Harvey is still sort of affected and touched by having been Azura, kind of reminds you that even while Mr. Owl isn't an owl, well, he's just Jacob, he's still affected and touched by having been Azura. Now, there's only so much a bird brain can hold. There's basically only so much his mind as a bird can access about having been an Azura. But I think it's all still in there. And I think that's what's important. I think that it's kind of once an Azura, always an Azura, to some extent. Do we believe that Harvey is animal to Azura rather than human to Azura, since he's a bird in paradise? Yes, I do believe that. At least for now. I believe there is a part of me that wonders if Harvey is... So how about this? My strong interpretation is that Harvey is animal to Azura, back to animal again. There is a theory, like more of a hypothesis that he is human to animal to Azura. And that maybe who Harvey used to be before he was a bird might be interesting or important. That's not interpretive. That's just like niggling gut feeling theory. Like, ooh, I wonder if Harvey is like special even before he was Harvey. Like, is he like, I guess sneak peek at, I want to make this as a video someday, but there's not enough evidence, so if I did, it would just sort of be a fairly short, fun video. Like, I wonder if Harvey is, what is Elizabeth's husband's name? Or Carolyn's husband, I'm gonna say. Carolyn's husband. Nicholas. I didn't even find it. I didn't even find it in my book, but it popped into my head. Yes, Nicholas. Thank you, Lysian. Part of me wonders if Harvey is Nicholas's father. And that's not like a strongly evidenced theory or anything. It's just sort of like, ooh, a fun little silly theory. And my reasoning for that is mainly that we see Harvey, associated with a pigeon a lot in a, like, vaguely romantic way. And, of course, Nicholas's mother becomes a pigeon. It's not a real theory. Like, it's more just fun. It's just a fun little, like, it's not that supported. It's got tiny little pieces of evidence. Like, there's a little bit about how the year that his song came out, kind of helps. I was looking into that. I was looking into... Sorry, my cat badly wants to come in and join our stream. Hold on, sorry, 1 second. Come on in, me. Come on. Sorry, he's literally knocking at the door. Yeah, it's just a fun little... All-father. I don't think he's... Like, I don't think if he is, it's like, he started it all. It's mostly just... based on, the main thing is how often we see him associated vaguely romantically with a pigeon. I'm like, oh, maybe he was married to Miss Pigeon at some point. That's kind of the extent of it. It's not anything crazy. I'm not trying to, like, sink a linchpin on it or anything. I think if that is true, it's very, like, minor. I think it's just fun. I don't think it matters that much. Although I don't hate the idea of Harvey Burst, Nicholas, Gerard, James, and Frank. I don't know that I could... I don't know... No, he didn't disguise himself as a flower. I mean, the flower thing can be metaphorical. I've always thought that. However, like, I don't necessarily think that Harvey's father, or excuse me, that Frank's father is a flower. That's a bit much for me. But I've always felt in my heart that if it is metaphorical, then it's specifically the fact that Frank's father doesn't matter. That it is... So I would push back on the idea of Frank's father being anyone important, because I think the entire point of that metaphor is we're not going to introduce superfluous characters. She got pregnant. It's not relevant with who. I think that's the point of the metaphor. Like, they're trying to keep the story clean with the number of characters. Some guy. It's so, like, that's my typical interpretation. I guess I can see why people would want to solve that mystery. It's not. Yeah, but for it to be. Hold on, what were all the people you listed? You Scorsese. I mean, fair enough. Nicholas, Gerard. I mean, that makes sense. Nicholas and Gerard do share a father. James and Frank. So, he would be Frank's grandfather and father in that. Excuse me, great-grandfather and father in that interpretation. You won't back out now? Right, for real? You just asked to come in. Come here, first of all. Come here, Pete. You stop being a silly bean. Come here. Well, at the very least, he didn't birth, Frank. We know that Emma had Frank. You know, I want to object to anyone being Frank's father and his great-grandfather, but Rose and Leonard are both half-siblings and cousins, so there you go. Well, we should probably... Oops. Hello, Spooky. Hello, big boy. Oh, for goodness sakes, Percival. Percy, what are you doing? Blech, I might have to let the cat back out in a minute. The pearl gates will open before any cat, but they won't go in. Alright. Grab our stuff. Oops. That's fine. Close up on that yet. Alright. So, Laura is on Prozac. It is an antidepressant. However, this is a pretty small dose for Prozac. 20 milligrams. That is usually what someone would take when they start going on that medication. Like, that's where you would start, and they would slowly increase the dose. It would be pretty... Like, that strikes me as a pretty small dose of Prozac. So, like, if she was just starting the medication, that would make sense. But we see that she's on that dose for years. And I don't know if that's intentionally very small or not. But I wonder if that's part of why it didn't help at all. They have her on a starting dose for like 10 years. Right. That's what I mean. Like, I can't tell if that's like a mistake. And I hesitate to say mistake. Because that's harsh. You know, they're game designers, not doctors. But, or, yeah, Elysian, or are they specifically pointing out that their doctor's kind of bad? Like... First of all... Okay, hold on, I gotta let my cat back out. Oh. Alright, but I'm not letting you back in for a little bit yet. Go on. Alright. Thank you for popping in for a little bit, though, EFAD. I appreciate it. Oh, Laura. Click on her. Quick. I thought I was supposed to click on her to get the achievement. Didn't I reset my achievements? I did. Well, fuck it. Boil some water. Right, beep beep boo. Feed the bird. Whoop. Careful. His PhD was in arts. Freaking true. How did he even subscribe her? Wow. Sorry, I tried to grab a Kleenex and my entire box just fell over. How did he even prescribe her anything? What? PSD? Is it really? I never realized that. I don't know how I missed that detail. You know, probably. Owl is big pharma. I know the picture is not good. Well. That's what the ARG? I totally forgot that detail. Or I didn't notice, maybe? Oh, I'm not allowed to leave the stove cooking apparently while I walk away. Okay, guys. I didn't know that either. I missed that. That went right over my head. We're gonna have to look at that after this. Alright. Black moths. More like blurry black M's, but hey. You have a particular view on Underground Blossoms and Seasons. Yes, they depict more or less the same events, but Underground Blossom is a metaphor in them, and Seasons is reliving the memories. Yes. Laura relives them after living through them for the first time in Underground Blossom. You don't agree with the take that Seasons happens during the Blossom Tornado. Interesting. So, Seasons... Like, Seasons isn't literal. Like, this is, she's remembering these events, right? She basically can't stop dwelling on her past, essentially. Hello, Flex. Hello, Emperor. Rose asks Harvey to help Laura, and then it just happens on its own. It's true. Interesting. See, when I interpreted Rose asking Harvey to help Laura, I thought she meant more just in general. Like, Seasons happens after the Dale Laura hotel finishes, and there's a 1981 memory. Oh, interesting. Oh, I think that completely differently. So the 1981 memory, for me, for now, obviously, I could see something in, so Seasons isn't the end of her story to me. Seasons is specifically her rebirth, right? And I interpret the 1981 memory as being inside that white cube while she's hooked up to that machine. And that's why in that memory, her sort of inside of her is all those wires and stuff. So the memory is just like, hold on, what? I'm talking while I do it. What picture am I missing? I got the one in the... Got the one in the curtain. I got the one in the clock. I got the one in the radio. Wait, I didn't get the one in the clock? Oh, oh. I just didn't put it in. I forgot that there could be 2 layers of... You think Hotel doesn't exist in the timeline, but outside. Like, Paradox happened in Seasons. Like Paradox, but Seasons are more like memory cubes. This is true. This does seem more like the memories of Birthday. Whereas Paradox is more of... yeah. There is some level of game design limitation when it comes to that. But I can see what you're saying. I think, yeah, but I think the... Well, hold on, we might as well not just sit here, we might as well go see it. Okay, I think I can get the woman achievement now that I have the picture, though. There we go. Yeah, so that's the difference with that achievement, is you have to, have the picture completed. The blue cube, yes, turning to a black cube, turning a black cube to white, and then getting a look at the... yes, yeah. Rose engineering the machinery in winter. Interesting. been... I know, yeah, I know. That's this one though, right? Yeah, we have to click on Harvey a bunch. Yeah, you don't get an exact date, but there is kind of at least a general idea based on the map. Yeah, for the fuck if I know, is the game too loud? Yeah, this game is pretty damn loud. I'll turn it down a little. Fucked if I know what this particular Harvey sound is supposed to be. I would be very curious to know. That would mean... It would mean a... Yeah, she's really hungry. They went to the zoo and Harvey heard a sick lion. Fucking... Who knows? Okay, we gotta click on Harvey a bunch though, so... There we go. Got him. That is like his least loud of the sounds, so... You don't want to click on him a bunch on the next chapter, that's for sure. Okay, so just pointing out, she's still on... Some assumed that was Bob yawning? But the file sound is called Demon. You think they already broke up at this point? Let me check my notes. Wait, whoops. There we go. Yes. Yes. Because we're... Hold on, what year are we right now? Cave, birthday, case, lake, seasons. Here we go. 71. Yes, so, they are broken up. She has already... Well, hold on. Summer of 71. She breaks up this year. But it's possible not at this, like, by this month. It's possible they are breaking up very soon, and they haven't broken up yet. But, it was hard to tell, how long they were broken up for. There was certainly about... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Her lake visit was in... Yes. Yeah, so she broke up with him before the first lake visit. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then, I interpret it as that she stays at the lake Elysian seems to... Excuse me. I said Elysian because I looked right at your name. Nowhere... It looks like... Unless I've misunderstood Nowhere, he thinks she goes to the lake and goes back to her apartment in the city, like back and forth, whereas I think that once she goes to the lake, she stays at the lake. Because she's been gone for a while. I don't know that it really matters. We don't know what causes the breakup. Well, we kind of do. She couldn't take it. Like, she was too depressed and she went away to a mental health facility. She has to go back to her place eventually. Right. But that's where See, I thought that her place, and this is actually where I struggled to figure out. Like, her body is in, what, an apartment in the city that she or a house that she lived in the city where Bob was? But we see in so many situations that she dies, like, in New York, right. Honestly, that's one of my biggest confusions, is in her house. Yes, exactly. Where we are in case 23. Which is why I don't get it. Because I don't know, I can't wrap my head around how far away her house is from the city and how far away the lake is from the city. Like, I feel like the lake is not that far from her house. Okay, but to clarify with an asterisk here, yes, she kills herself with Seasons wallpaper, for sure, yeah. And but that wallpaper is shown in, yeah. But the wallpaper changes in Seasons as well. It's this wallpaper, is it this wallpaper or the other wallpaper behind her when she kills herself? But you see both wallpapers in case 23, do you not? You see the other wallpaper through the door? See, this is why I'm replaying them again. Hello, Finger. Hi. Thank you. Oops. Nope. Nope. Gimme. Yes, yeah, these checks, yeah. But I don't remember. I don't have a very good visual memory. So we'll take a look at, I can't remember what the other wallpaper looks like now, is the problem. Thank you. Okay. And do look at the moon. Hi. 1487. If the lake was close to the crime, yes. Yeah, we disagree on that point. However, when I say close, I want to put a little asterisk on that. I mean Northern Canadian close. Like, I still think they're probably a few hours away. That's just, like, where I live, like where I literally live, there are dozens of lakes. Like dozens of lakes within like a 5-hour drive of me. I couldn't possibly tell you all the names of the lakes in it, and I for sure can tell you any police officer I stop, or like they wouldn't know every single lake because there are so many. There are so many. Like a stupid amount. So yes, there are 7 actual. It is actually a big bucket list for me to visit them all. One of them is kind of close to me, and that's kind of part of my... Yeah, we are the land of 1,000 lakes. One of them is close to me, and when I say close, I mean less than 10-hour drive. That's pretty, like, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty close. The only thing that stopped me is I actually had a trip. Planned to go to it, and then when, like, we looked into it, it's super swampy and hard to get to. So we had to put it off. Right, exactly. And I realized when I was talking to Nowhere that I think part of the problem is when I was saying, I think they're kind of close, I was picturing, like, maybe like a 5-hour drive, and I think he thought I meant, 10 minutes. I don't think they're that close. I want to be super clear. To connect, well, yeah. Yeah. Someone from that city. I know. It's not just a lake, it's a mental health institution. Yeah, there is a mental health institution. Well, we see that map in Paradox. That obviously isn't to scale. And probably isn't, like, literal the way but it kind of implies that there's, like, a city kind of close-ish, and there is... I don't see her going back and forth if it's not at least a little close. Like a day trip close. Not like 20 minutes, But as someone who plays and reads a lot of, like, eldritch horror, I guess I've never had a problem with the idea that people don't know about Rusty Lake unless Rusty Lake wants them to, so to speak. Like, that's never been a barrier for my mind, because these sort of, like, crazy power things have always kind of worked that way in media. Well, I don't think he is on the dollar bill. Oops. Hello, Shrimpy. Now this is her favorite song. It was like a vacation. You can go as far as you want, but eventually you'll go back home. Yeah. Again, my problem is only the idea that it feels like it has to be close enough to be relevant. And also, she specifically says that she's breaking up with Bob because she's going away. So she was just like, going there for a little while and then coming right back. I don't know. I don't disagree. I just feel like it's within 5 hours. I think also just because White Door is in or near that city. Yeah, but we see that she must come back to this house each of these years, right? So seasons is 64. Well, actually, no, it's 64 to 71. So she might have been gone that entire time. 1964. 71. Yeah. There's actually a pretty sizable gap there. How did she keep her house for that long? I guess it's not an apartment. She must actually own that house. Because no way she's getting back the same apartment 10 fucking years later. I don't know. I think the biggest thing for me is that I don't know why all that stuff would be so far away from the lake and not like... And still be relevant to the lake. Like, there is a... Yeah, she said I'm not well. Like, she was suffering very, very badly from depression. She stays in the mental health facility for however long. And then I guess she goes back home and just doesn't tell Bob. Which, because she's not feeling better. I mean, that all makes sense to me. I just, like, I feel like they have to be... The biggest sticking point for me is mostly Mr. Owl, who... Like, I don't see him setting up his White Door facility, like, all of the shit he's doing, super duper far from the lake. Like, it has to be within, like, a handful of hours, like a 5-hour-ish drive, right? Like, around that ballpark. Like, cause, like, Owl must have access to the lake when he's doing all of his 8,000 side businesses. How big is the lake? That I don't know. Again, where I live has widely... You think Owl can just teleport to the lake? Oh, interesting. I'll readdress that when you come back from when Elysian comes back from ads. The lake, again, I live in, Ontario. There are Great Lakes that aren't very far from me. So my whole life, my perception on lakes is super skewed. I spent most of my life not really realizing that what I picture when I think the word lake and what most of the rest of the world pictures when they think of the word lake are wildly different. Like, super different. Like, to me, a lake can be anything from, like, I can see to the other side to it's basically an ocean but not salty. Like... And it took me a really long time to realize that I'm like, oh, that's not just how lakes just are to most people. If he can teleport. Have we seen him teleport? Did I miss something? Elysian and Nowhere both think he can teleport. Well, let's listen to this while... Yes, yeah, that's true. So that song is Overture of Egmont. That might be relevant, but it might just be a pun on the fact that it sounds like egg. I suspect that that's why it was chosen. Even if it does mean something, I think it's just they chose it because it's a pun. Because it's an egg pun. So she's still on 20 milligrams. Now, in this tape, or in this one, she says it's her favorite song. But most of that time, that song is labeled as like Harvey's song, or Harvey's favorite song, correct? The Overture of Egmont? I believe that's the same song that they usually play for Harvey. It was called Bad Egg Symphony once. When? When was it called that? Like in the games? Or in real life? Hold on. Oh, in the theater achievement, I see, yes. And that was the thing I keep meaning to write down. Overture of Egmont. And I looked into like the meaning of it. Okay, so it premiered in, because I kept meaning to write down this date for my little theory of 1810. Of my little mini theory of Harvey being Nicholas's father. Just Nicholas's father, I want to be clear. I don't think he's everybody's father. Well, Nicholas and Gerard, because they're brothers. A Red Bull Sephiroth. I don't even know what to think of that. Shrimpies. Alright. There's another question I always wonder. I have to see the Geneva Lake? Geneva Lake. Geneva Lake. I will look that up. I wonder if there's a reason that Laura hates shrimp, or is it William hates shrimp? One of the two of them hate shrimp. I think it's William we see says he hates shrimp in Sepsara room. He's like still William at that point. I wonder if that means anything or not. It may or may not. Because that's one of my other big questions that I think about all the time, is why does Dale have, what is it, tryptophobia? Why does Dale have the fear of fish? Like, I'm always curious, like, what? Dale has so much trauma in his life, and it has fuck all to do with fish. Ichthyophobia. Yeah. Anyway, so I've always been curious if, like, there is some reason that Dale is afraid of fish. Like, here we go again. We're gonna see her die. Well, I guess we don't see her die here. A lot of times we see her throat cut, like, at the lake, even though we know she doesn't die at the lake. But her death affects the lake. And I guess that's kind of the rub there. Yeah, it's a very beautiful piece of art. I get the achievement for this one? I think so, right? Just click Harvey a bunch? Yeah. Hey, get back down here. I don't think you should burn, Yeah. That scene wasn't hurt. I was thinking of a different scene. I forgot that was the one that just shows her corrupting. The super dramatic. Yeah. Alright, here we go. The fall of 1971. Still on only 20 milligrams. She has been on the same dose of Prozac for seven years. That's not doing shit for her. It's not doing shit. There's a TV code? Yep. That's from the other... game, though. TV Easter egg. Is it Lake?
It's not even past.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing where, like, it feels like some level of time travel has always been intended to be part of it. How did Laura cutting her own throat? Cutting your throat is messy. I mean, it is a very spurty artery. It's a very aggressive. Yeah, I don't want it to be about time travel. Or at least not literally, but I have to at least be open-minded to it, but I'm crabby about it. I think it's kind of push comes to shove. I don't want it. I don't want to. But, like, I'm gonna try and at least be open-minded about it. You love how they combine the Roots painting cutout with the realistic yeah. Although mirror mountains on both sides bugs you. Fair enough. The art in this game, in this series, has always been very beautiful. No. Inconsistent, yes, but beautiful. I don't wanna... Yeah. Stop. I don't remember what the phone achievement is for this one, though.
It's not even past.
Not even past. Ups if I turn on the TV. 6. 1. 2. I'm like pausing in between. So that I can move my mouse out of the way so I can get footage. Wait! I'm waiting. Achievement? Another code? Find me in the past? I believe... Is it the one from Lake? Hold on, let me find my... old notes. Lake. Oh, Lake. Blue, get... Blue pentagram. don't have the code. Like an idiot. Okay, hold on. I gotta grab it from online. Hold on. Has to do a Google. Photo piece. For fuck's sakes. Okay, hold on. Achievements. No. Achievements. I can't spell. There we go. You escape. Spring. Okay, well, it's not an achievement. It's just an Easter egg. Take nabbit. Alright. Seasons TV code. There we go. Okay. TV from seasons. See you. Keep escape seasons TV 2, 5, 6, 4, 1. Okay. Had to find my snapshot of it. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, let me see what you guys were saying. Who was the voice on the telephone? It's Laura, I believe. Doesn't it show that? It's probably Crow's words from the game echoing in her mind. It could be. Come find me in the past would mean that it's Laura. I thought it was Laura. Because of the way she refers to herself as me. And that's just... It's Crow's voice, but it's my... I can see that. I'm trying to think, other than this, other than if this is Laura, do we see any other moments of that voice belonging to anybody but Crow? If not, then I would agree with that. But I'm trying to remember where, because that voice, like, shows up in a lot of places, and I'm trying to remember who all it gets attributed to. This is fucking what it looks like outside. Well, snowier. It's a generic corrupted soul voice, but in the early games is exclusively Crow. Okay. Carolyn, Bob, Albert, William. Pre-recorded. Interesting. Interesting. What's always been extra interesting to me is that they use it as Crow's voice when theoretically he's not a corrupted soul, right? Everywhere else we see it used, it's a corrupted soul. But in Mill, it's used for Crow, and he isn't one, right? Or he certainly shouldn't be. He should just be a man. It's like a soft retcon. I can see that. But, like even back in Mill, I thought it was interesting, because every other place we see it, they're kind of like spooky ghosts. Anyway, I gotta find the rest. That's what I was doing. TV. Alright, so the special code from Seasons. 2, 5, 6, 4, 1. Hello. And that was an achievement. Oh, but it counts as the achievement from back here. I see. It's a reference to the Twin Peaks reverse speaking. Yeah. Yes. For sure. Man, I gotta watch Twin Peaks. I've only seen like a tiny bit of it, and so many of the things that I like are inspired by Twin Peaks. It's clearly a show I would love. Where the hell am my other? I know where one of them is. I don't like getting that one, so I'm stalling. I'm trying to remember where my other ones are. Tried that code in Underground Blossoms as a telephone number and got nothing. Yeah, I tried a few telephone numbers in Underground Blossoms as well. Here's one. That one really blends in. I don't like getting this picture. Alright, well, let's get this anyway. Oops. Oh. Oh, listen. You can hear the clock there. I never noticed that before. Woman found dead. No sign of killer. Okay. I need this footage for something. Murder or suicide? I am actually currently making a video kind of about that. What? Shit, sorry. What did I miss? I mean, we can replay this a couple of times today. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta see what... People always talk about Dale and Laura's names are taken from Twin Peaks. And Dr. Jacoby, yeah. Were Al's name, that's cool. Dale and Laura and Bob. Bob the murderer or Bobby the boyfriend? Alright, what did I miss? Nowhere. The knife is always behind the window when the eyes bleeds. Oh, interesting. Okay. Like this guy? The knife crepiso is always behind the window when the eye bleeds. That's cool. That's a cool thing. I will... Thanks for telling me that. Oh no, now I gotta do the thing. That's this one, right? I gotta... Time to eat this rice pudding? Man, I haven't had rice pudding in forever. Well, I guess it's not rice pudding. Tapioca pudding? That's not rice, that's something else. Yeah. That's this one, right? Not the next. Yeah, it's this one. F's in the chat. Nobody look if you don't want to look. Aw, I love him. I love Harvey. Oh, we gotta. My Harvey bird. Don't look though. Hide his eyes. Okay. I'm hiding Harvey's eyes. No. Goodbye, Harvey. Stop covering my Harvey size now, I guess. Alright. I had to stab him to get a piece of the picture out of it. Okay, so. Yeah, the music in this one is. Yeah, so it's the... Yeah, so this is the wallpaper that she kills herself in. I had it backwards when I was saying it earlier. The 71, and 81 all have the same wallpaper. 64 has a different wallpaper, a gray wallpaper. And she goes to visit the lake in 69. So I think that I thought and interpreted, and I can see arguing that she goes back and forth. I interpreted that the first memory takes place at like either like a house or an apartment or whatever, some in the city, and then the memory we see in 71 is her house that she gets closer to the lake, that small house where she dies. And I guess I thought that like well, that's why I've always thought that these cubes are more like Samsara Room and less like Birthday. No. Because, well, no, because she would have... No, I don't think so. I always felt that the cubes in Seasons are more like Samsara Room. That they are an internal journey influenced by memories. That they aren't the memories the way Birthday... But theater is a memory as well, and clearly that's not how that memory went. I feel pretty confident that in that theater bar, there wasn't the play... those plays going on, all about the story of the lake. That feels like that's not true. Oops, I meant to click on this. I'll take that axe. Yeah, but the first half of birthday... The first half of birthday is kind of the real event, and then the second half of birthday, he changes things. And yeah, exactly. Like, the owl really hijacks his memory of theater, to the point where it barely resembles it. I don't know, it's interesting. Because I've always associated this one, Seasons, a little more strongly with Samsara Room than I have with Birthday. I definitely see the similarities to Birthday as well. Hello? That's true. Owl gave Dev... Probably he didn't get that present from Owl. I have always wondered about the postcard from Harvey. Because it doesn't, like, affect the memory, really? So I've always wondered if, like... I've always wondered about it. Like, I can't quite put my finger on what it is I think about it. Like, if it implies in some way that Dale's family does have some connection to the... like, to the Elandiers and the Vanderbooms, because the Vanderbooms and the Elandiers kind of know each other. Like, they certainly know Mr. Owl. Or at least the brothers do. So, like, maybe Dale's, like, grandpa and maybe parents also know? The way I say Elandier is funny? Oh, am I saying it wrong? Oh, quite probably. How should I be saying it? You thought it was just Islander? Or Islander? I do know that that's, like, where the name comes from, but for some reason I thought it was pronounced differently. Alright. Let's break down some barriers. Chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, chomp. Bob reads it A-lander? Okay. A-lander? It's good to know. The Dutch have weird high A sounds. That's good to know. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know a lot of Dutch people, but I actually don't know if I know any Dutch people. Alright. Let me in. Yes, sir? Oh, cats. Oh, cats. Always one in and out, in and out, in and out. You're gonna at least say hi to the people if you're gonna do that. You never thought about this? No, never thought about what? Let me write some big text. No problem. That's the whole point of these streams. Red connects Harvey postcard to Mr. Crow being Dale's biological grandfather. Huh? I guess. He looks like... He kind of looks like Mr. Crow. The problem is, in these old games, Mr. Crow looks... Or I should say, not Mr. Crow, Alduus looks completely different in every game. To the point where I cannot tell if it's supposed to look that much like Mr. Crow or not. Because, like, he just kind of looks like a generic old man. Okay. The tree outside is heavily implied by the new games to be the rose tree. We know there is a real tree outside her house, but in the context of this being cubed, it's the rose tree. The pink petals, but during the winter it's empty. It's clutched up. With modern context, that could be a reference to Rose doing her thing, which resulted in the petals going away. That's true, that's interesting. You think Dale is related to Carolyn before she was an Elandir? An Elandir. Yeah. That makes some sense to me. You don't like the character that idea that every character is related? I can see both sides of the argument. On the one hand, it makes the world feel small. On the other hand, family and like family lines seem important enough to Mr. Owl that I don't younger version in Theater and Roots. Yeah, but the one in Birthday looks different to me. The problem is I also just don't have a very good... I'd have to look. I'll have to look at the pictures kind of side by side. It's hard to say. Yeah, I don't want like, oop, spooky. Shaka, 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 shaka. Alright. Oh yeah, so these wires always reminded me of, like all the stuff in Pigeon's room. And it also specifically makes me think about her being hooked up to the machine in White Door, which is how I always... in White Door. In Mill. And it's how I've always interpreted it. I can certainly see the argument that that's not the case. What were they doing? Oh, shit. Yeah, he looks just different enough. yeah, like it feels very arguable either way, which is frustrating. And yeah, I don't want to overdo blood relations, but there's also a part of me that feels like if anyone is secretly related, it's Dale, because um because otherwise, Owl himself seems to hold a lot of value to like the families and stuff, so I can see him caring, which is why it might matter. You can see them being related to Rose, I guess. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because Rose is already... I don't want to say dead, but reborn, I guess? Let me... I can't remember where I'm supposed to find the last... Yeah, I don't... Oh, there it is. I'm there. I'm not there yet, but I can definitely... I'm not there yet, but I can definitely be persuaded, is basically where I'm at with that theory. There you go. Damn it. I don't remember how to get the cube. My mind has just gone blank. It's like your whole thing? That's really interesting to me. I love Underground Blossom. I'm gonna have a glass of water. Frankly, for no particular reason. I'm thirsty. Don't remember how to get the cube. Damn it. How the hell do you get the cube in this? 13? 10. No, damn it. There we go. Hello, it's me. Blue cube. Okay, there we go. I knew it was in the stuff I had written down. Okay. Back to spring for a second. So, and I know that nowhere disagrees with me on this, but I'm going to share my thoughts on it anyway because it's my channel, damn it. No, but so the change in wallpaper, that was a part of why I thought that all the other scenes in the seasons, those memories take place at her home where she eventually dies, but that home is where she moved to by the lake. Yeah, no, I definitely... Don't get me wrong. I see that, like, the counter-argument is equally as solid. For me, it's just kind of a matter of... then why bother? And it's slight evidence. Like, it's certainly not, it's more of a smoking gun, really, than evidence. It's not evidence of anything, it just draws my mind to go, okay, but then why? Like, and I have to remember, I'm trying to, well, when we played Case 23, I'll have to take a look. I feel like, Halpa season her tree is in the lake. Yeah. I think, I definitely feel that Rose is what did seasons, so to speak. I don't think that the wires are Rose. I still more feel like that's a result of her mind. Did Rose become Miss Pigeon? No. Miss Pigeon is Margaret. I couldn't remember her name. At most, Margaret was reborn into Rose. If the shadows of the right, that is with an asterisk, Elysian. If the shadows of the Preta, of the, like, ghost forms, are just shadows and aren't preventing them from being reborn, I still am of two minds about it. Yeah, I don't think, like, you don't believe the guests are the Elandiers? I believe the guests are not the Elandiers in the same way that Laura isn't William. They're not the same character. I don't believe that the Elandiers transformed into the guests the same way that Alduis transformed into Mr. Crow and Jacob transformed into Mr. Owl. Those guys are the same character. They transformed, they kept their mind, they kept their faculties. The hotel guests did not keep their mind. They are different characters. They have different ages, they have jobs that the Elandiers certainly did not. Yes, that's how the Elandiers died that day, and they were reincarnated them. As them. Same souls, but they don't necessarily have their memories. They don't necessarily, because we know that not all rebirths are created equal, and that is basically what the video that I'm talking about. It does touch on the Elandir, or the Elandir's hotel guests thing. And it's basically part one of my explanation / theory / understanding of rebirths. And then the first part is more talking about what we mostly know, and then the second part that will be coming will be more theory stuff. The first part is mostly just sort of addressing what we do know, and it's not as much a theory thing. So the video that I'm working on currently, that's what it's about. What the hell was I doing? Oh, yeah. But yeah, I can definitely... I don't disagree that this is probably the same place, but there's a part of me that feels like the change in wallpaper is deliberate. They had to go out of their way to do it, because they never do it again. It's not as though the wallpaper changes It's not as though the wallpaper changes every single time in order to reflect her state of mind. This is the only time the wallpaper changes. Mr. Rabbit calling himself David. I believe that he's the only one who either remembered in the first place or, in my opinion, more likely regained his memories later. It's bloody in there. Hi. When do I open this? I don't remember. Can I open it now? No. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think they are the characters. I just don't think... The whiskers? They contain multiple people? What makes you say that? I mean, all of these characters go through rebirth. Where do I get the matches on this level? To light the candle. Man, it's hard to think about what I'm doing while I'm doing other things. Okay. Oops, hold on. I gotta put out the... Where's my pot of water? Put this out so I can use the... Sploosh! Give me that for a second. I'm sure it's not really hot or anything. Okay. Multiple, yes, yeah. But I don't think... Yeah. I don't think that Mr. Deer has multiple souls in him. I think Deers just mean something in the world of Rusty Lake. And what they mean applies to multiple people. However, I can definitely... What the... But I can't leave without letting the fire again. But I can't let Harvey out. Oh, it's been so long. Let me think. It's... Oh, my clocks. They're... I've got my times written down. 11:25 for this time. I even, like, wrote down the clocks on here so I could remember. 11... Oh. $9:05. Hi! I'll take that, and that, and that. Yeah. I could agree with that. Nowhere that perhaps the skull he gets just belongs to... Oh, I actually really like that. So here's a question that I've always wondered. Carolyn is... Yeah, like, it's not... That's one of those loose theories, not one you hold on to with with all your might. Do I need to water you? What did I think I could get in here with the coat hanger? Oh, right. You, radio. Okay. Bye, Harvey. Harvey's teleporting. Does it usually show him in both places at once like that? I thought he left on this screen when he appeared on this screen. Guys, there's 2 Harveys. Poor Krusty! Like one of my favorite jokes in The Simpsons. I didn't take a screenshot. Don't worry, I'll go backwards and I'll take a screenshot of my recording. More Krusties. That's one of my favorite Simpsons jokes. That's good. That's good. I got so distracted I can't remember what I was gonna ask you guys about. Oh. So, Carolyn is the one who's called the Lady of the Lake. And it is her picture that, is shown in that chapel. And the chapel is super interesting to me. Why, then, is the rest of the chapel more associated with Pheasant, who is, Elizabeth? It's got the skull, the pheasant skull, it's got, like, the other symbols that the singer, who calls herself the Lady of the Lake, associates herself with. Which, like, makes me think about Elizabeth being the Lady of the Lake. Except that she's not. Carolyn is. Like, who is Elizabeth? Is she special? Other than... Like, she is. Like, she clearly shows that there is some amount of magic or mysticism in the family line, because she has, like, powers, essentially, psychic powers, to a minor degree. Is this 11 or 3? I can't remember. Nope. Or 350. Nope. Did I do it wrong? 11? 25. Oh, shit. Did I write it down wrong? I have 11:25 written down, not 11:15. I just wrote it down wrong. It's me. Red explained the past life substance as a fetus covered in ink. Leaving behind heart is Elizabeth's son William. Elizabeth's son William. What? Sorry. Am I missing a step here? How and why? And mostly how? Do we have reason to believe that Elizabeth is William and Aldous and possibly a third? William fits the fetus, and fetus has to be a child from Pheasant's past life. Does it? I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, like, I almost wondered if that meant that she was born into a child who didn't make it? Who, like, died before she was born? That's kind of what I wondered. But even if we say that that child is one of her children in a past life, where, like, she goes through some sort of I would say that it's more likely she goes through some sort of trauma while pregnant and something happens to the baby. If it's a child of hers and not her. But even if, even besides both of those interpretations, even if it is someone who grows up and makes it past being a fetus, why? Elizabeth is only... Let's see. Jacob is 12. Nope, that's Roots. Where is my Lake, Chase, Mill, birthday, Peter, Caves, Sorrow, Paradise. Here we go. 15 years ago. Shoot, where is my... Is supposed to enlighten at the end of Paradise? See, I actually don't agree that the rest of them enlighten. But my biggest problem that I see is that I don't know how Elizabeth has 2, probably 3 children at the point in Paradise that are already grown up enough to be, like, moved away and not where she is. I'm trying to... Hold on, where's my... I'm gonna have to find my own notes on... Yeah, she certainly was. But she dies. She dies at the end of Paradise. She doesn't have time to have children after Paradise. Where's my damn timeline? Here it is. Here we go. Carolyn. Jacob is... about 25. He is a few years. Yeah, she would have had to already had not only not just 2 sons, probably 3 children. Not necessarily. Okay, but there's not time for... Well, it looks like the pheasant that they... It looks like the same skull from Hotel, like the picture of it. I don't know that necessarily looks like a real pheasant skull very well, but it looks like the picture from Hotel. Okay. In... Hold on. Because Pheasant has a birthday. Gosh darn it. Okay, hold on. I've got my pictures. I took pictures. Hold on. Did I sort them already? I believe I did. Okay. Stealing assets, characters, hotel guests, profiles. Here we go. Okay, so Pheasant. She is 34. Hotel takes place in 1893. 34 years ago, 1859. So, Pheasant was born in 1859, according to her official age. So, Pheasant was born after Aldous, who was born in 1799. So she can't have had her as Miss Pheasant. And I don't understand... That's true, she would be 12 in the roots. I didn't make the ages. That's what they list. That doesn't make any sense. Fuck. Yeah, well, the ages... Well, the ages weren't retconned. They were released before the... They were released before Hotel was released. I see. Yeah. For now, like, my feeling for now, again, as with all the things in this series, it's with the grain of salt that something could certainly come along in a newer game, and them being different people, it's possible. I would have to have very explicit evidence before I believed that. I think I'm more inclined to believe that it's them. That the Elandirs died, like just straight up died in the at the ritual. And then one by one they were reborn as usual, as they always are, but the fact that they were present at the ritual affected their rebirth. So they were reborn like normal, as opposed to Owl himself, who was transformed. And that is something I talk about in my video. So I think like it affected their rebirth and it like guided it, but I don't believe they were transformed. They are still Azura. What that means, I'm not really sure. I guess just technically you can be just reborn like that naturally. And the fact that they were in the ritual, like honestly, like the fact that there's the bat and the toad almost messes up their story the most. Because I don't think they meant for the animal people to be that special until later. They kind of retconned that. Because otherwise there wouldn't be like the bat and the toad. But I think that it can kind of, you must be able to be reborn like that. Yeah, they used to be humans. Okay. That's good to know. I need to know that. Bat and toad. See, I don't again, it's not, it's a smoking gun. It's not so much that I'm like, but I know that the devs have at least, what the devs tell us tells me more about what's kind of in their head. It doesn't tell me what they've decided is canon. Once it is in the games, then they have decided it's canon. If they say it outside of the games, then it's in their head. It's something worth looking into, but it doesn't like, it's not part of the lore yet, but it's worth looking into type of thing. It's a smoking gun, it's not evidence. I would appreciate that, Nowhere. I would love that, actually. Thank you very much. I love talking with the two of you, even though I disagree. Like, even though you don't necessarily agree with a lot of my thoughts. And I'm like, aw. But it makes me think. I don't mind being wrong about things. And there are things where I'm like, you think I'm wrong, but I'm not ready to disagree with myself quite yet. And there are things where I'm like, no, you're right. You've changed my mind. There have been things you've changed my mind about. And there are things that, oh, I need that. Hold on, I need this. I specifically need this clip. So I'm gonna do it again. Okay. That's one of the things I needed from here. Okay. So this is probably 3. Did I write down all of these times wrong? Or is it just because I'm bad at clocks? $11. Oh, okay, 11:25. Okay, I did write it down right. It's me.
first step. It's
Hello.
not even past.
It's not even past. "5 years ago, you talked to the Dubs and asked them about the Dale Laura finale. They have something big planned, and it's been 5 years. I do think that they have something big planned. Like, I do think they have, I don't think they've necessarily made all the decisions about it, but I think that they have made some of them already. And they have some pretty big plans about it. Alright. There's a Prozac. Damn, no sigh. Oh no! We'll figure something out. Like, if you've got, like, a Dropbox or a Google Documents file that you can just link me to, that I can download it off of. I love a song in this part. Hi, Harvey! Okay. I want to move my mouse. Okay, that doesn't show it again here. Hi, Harvey! And he's got a blossom. Here's an interesting. Okay, here's an interesting. Ooh. Now this would be another thing where they sort of decided it later. What if this means that it's multiple things? Like, it's more than one thing that does this, right? So this is Harvey and Rose. This is Underground Blossom right here, affecting seasons. It's Harvey helping what Rose did reach us. He's taking what Rose did and handing it to us. That's what, like, symbolically, that's kind of what this is, right? This is Harvey handing us Underground Blossom. So what if that means that these are the other things that, like, it's a combination, like, the things that revive Laura is a combination of what Rose did and Harvey did in Underground Blossom. Not necessarily literally in Underground Blossom, but, like, what that game is showing us. Along with what Owl is doing in White Door, maybe. Or with his doctors. This, the mushroom, is from the trees. Is from the Red Forest. The fruit, I don't know. Right, exactly, Elysian. Bean? Percival! Hi, baby! Tail is kind of a fruit. Percival! Elysian! Nowhere says hi. Hold on. So this is part of why I'm rewriting, or I'm replaying in order to take notes. That's worth writing down to me. Is the things that bring her back. cactus fruit in Harvey's box. Okay, interesting. Ingredients. So there's the 5 ingredients, and the cactus was one of Laura's good memories. That in the middle, that's a good point. Peyote? I don't know what that means. So we've got Blossom from Harvey. A weird mango? Okay, okay, okay. Prozac? Treatment from... Who's her doctor? Who wrote her the Prozac prescription? Is it still up here? It is not. Dr. Clark. Thank you. Thank you. Mushroom. That shows the treats. The, what are the trees called? Naraka? And then a cactus fruit, which means... Interesting. William or Laura hate shrimps, but Laura loves shrimps. It's a good memory. Yes, that's true. Cactus is a good memory. William hates shrimp, but Laura seems to like shrimp. Interesting. Interesting. And that's true. In this game as well, it's when we put the shrimp in the oven, it specifically like brings us back to the lake. So she definitely associates shrimp with the lake. You must be able to catch a lot of shrimp in this lake. Because... Hi, Arby. It's my good boy. Well, she's not wrong. Not only did it not help her because she's on a stupid low dose, but they have a lot of side effects, so it's just all downsides. The treatment didn't help her at all. It was supposed to, but it didn't, and that's so frustrating. I can, as someone who has gone through a lot of mental health journey, it's bad. Okay, we gotta write down. So 1 is blossom, 2 is fruit, 3 is mushroom, 4 is Prozac. Okay. Yeah, exactly. In underground blossom, it gives her nightmares. Alright. Number 1, blossom. Let's make a blossom smoothie, shall we? Oh. Ooh. You guys want to hear a really, like, tinfoil hat pointing at the board, it's all connected piece of evidence? The blender is like the tornado in Underground Blossom. because she puts it in there and it's putting in a. I knew you would love it, Elysian. I'm just fucking. I'm just fucking. I had to say it. It popped into my head and I had to say it. Alright. The 4 ingredients are opposites. Prozac is a bad memory, fruit's a good memory. Flower is rose, which is the good side of Naraka, while mushroom is red forest, the bad side of Naraka. I really like that, actually, Elysian. That's like it's a good like thought process. I think that's true, honestly. Even if there's more to it, like that feels right. There might be more to it than that, but at the very least, it's like a baseline of something that feels good. See, this is why I'm so glad I decided to do this with you guys. Turn it on. Alright. Now hello, Kayleen! Oh, I'm sorry. Cactus fruit. Oh, I guess I didn't need water to blend the cactus fruit. Can I dump the water somewhere? Am I just fucked? Let me out of here. Okay, good. Laura's 80s? Well, she comes back to life in 81, right? So, like... And she was just kind of... in... Yeah. Well, I put her... And in my video I talk about this. I put her in Naraka while she's dead. Like, right now, in Seasons, while she's going through these memories. Like, this is a reflection that we find, like, later. But I think that she is in Naraka after she dies as Laura. Between the phases. And I think it's possible that most of the characters... It's possible that Naraka is just somewhere you go between phases in general. Yeah, for sure. The ending of what's happening with Dale and Laura is... But I don't know if they're going to show us that for a very long time. Part of me wonders if that's going to be... like, the end. Like, if that's the finale for the series in a lot of ways. I don't know. Another 10 years, maybe? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. They're souls, but yeah. I hope that you like my video that I'm working on. I mean, of course you might not agree with all of it, but I hope you like the video. I'm very excited about it. And it's part 1. There's like a part 2 is coming as well. But it's part of why I'm doing these replays, because I needed some damn footage, but all of my old footage is bad. My footage is bad, is what it comes down to. So I was trying to get clips, and I was like, my fucking head's in the way. Because I used to play with my head kind of like in the corner of the screen, like it would be up here. And there's parts where I'm like damn it. Yeah, the Prozac juice is the color of the elixir, which may or may not need anything. Oh no! That sucks. To lose a bunch of good footage. Yeah, I also think it's just green for the puzzle. But it's the kind of thing that I want to make note of, because maybe in a different game I'm like, wait, that does matter. The more if every single time I play I notice a different detail, that makes it more likely for something to click later. I absolutely agree, Elysian. Like, just because I write something down doesn't mean I think it's the be-all, end-of-all. I just want to kind of take in as much as I can, even if it ends up being meaningless. Yeah, exactly. If anything, there's a thematic connection, and that's it. Like, at most, I absolutely think that at most it's a thematic connection. I don't think it's literal, but it's worth kind of making note of the possible thematic connection. Are we... Ooh, hydrate. Thank you. Cheers now here? It's true. The elixir does seem to take a toll, regardless. Alright, here we go. It's me. Did I have to find me in the past, so... Alright. Well... Oh. First of all, before we continue... Oh, sleepy boy. Sleepy boy. Purrs. Yeah. Percival loves sleeping up against the squishmallows that I have. He really likes them. Alright. Hello? Fucking... Go to summer first? Okay. It's me. Well, I've already... Let me out of here. Shh. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on. It's fine. I'll just load. Because it saves it after each step. Yep. Speedrun! Oh, never mind. Oh, it didn't restart me. It's just already here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ah. Yeah. Hold on. Play. No. No. We're not done. Speedrun! But yes, Kayleen, I am also personally familiar with the problems and downsides to fluoxetine. It's actually... yeah. Hold on, I see you've... Guys, if you could do me a favor, and just say a bunch of random stuff. Kayleen seems to have changed her mind about something, and if she doesn't want it up on screen or shared, that's perfectly reasonable. So if you guys could just shoot a bunch of messages to push it up, because unfortunately, Kayleen, removing it from YouTube only removes it from YouTube. I can't manually remove it from, or can I? Let me see if I can manually remove it from the restream combo chat. If I can't, I'll have to get you guys to just spam a bunch of rando stuff for a second. Let me see. Chat. I can't, yeah. Because the box resets every time I move it, so. I'm going to go into studio mode so that I can see the chat on mine. Okay. Alright. That's fine then. No, you used it right. There we go. So it's gone though. Just in case. I didn't want no. I didn't want, if you had changed your mind about something you had shared, I didn't want it up on the screen if you had changed your mind. So I just wanted to be cognizant of that. Have we seen any horses? Yeah! Friggin' have we seen an Albert Horsehead? We saw, Dale Horsehead. Hold on, guys. We gotta speed run. I can't remember. Where did we see Albert Horsehead? I don't remember. We see Dale Horsehead in the disco. Where's Albert Horsehead? I don't recall. Thank you. Yes. During checkmate. True. So Albert and Dale share two animal. Oops. Give me that. Animal head crossovers. Then, since they both be a horse head temporarily, and they both be a deer head. Interesting. I have the hiccups now. Frick. Dale has a horse head in disco. In the disco. He wears a horse mask. Very silly. I'm almost positive. Speedrun, speedrun, speedrun. think there's a horse behind him. It was a deer? Oh. Who's wearing the... Well, we'll see when I replay it. Or if I look at my notes, but right now I'm trying to speedrun. I hope you guys will be interested in doing the next. It's a deer. You saw it recently? Oh, okay. Well, my mistake. For some reason I was thinking it was a horse head. 1487. Look that. There's a horse behind him. Okay, that's what I'm remembering. Ah, damn it. I hope you guys are up to working with me again when the next Rusty Lake Untold comes out. I think about it. I'm sure it'll be a hot minute, but I think about it a lot because I'm excited about it. Because, as you guys know, those are exactly my kind of game. So I loved doing it. The only downside is, what I might do next time is, before I host it, see if I can join an online game. Just with some, like, randos. For, like, maybe in the Rusty Lake Discord, so that I get a chance to play it too. If not, it's not that big a deal. I'll be happy to just read it and host it. It's kind of the forever DM problem. Thank you for the stretch, Sunshine. Alright, where's my... Bump. Where's the key again? In here. Whoop. Did you hear my back crack? My bones are very loud. Yeah. And you'll be so mad? Absolutely you will. And you know what? I'm just going to... I'll just enjoy it. Where the hell is... How do I get into this? I'm blanking on my speedrun. I just did this moments ago. Where's the frickin' key? Oh no, hold on, I just remembered. Aha. I remember now. Yeah, I get hypermobility. I have hypermobility. Definitely not super bad, like medium bad, but my bones are pretty crispy. 4, 8, 7. Shrimp. And then, of course, Laura associates shrimp very strongly. I'm still not, I'm not cynical yet, but I have an advantage in that, because my other series is Five Nights at Freddy's, which, while I do enjoy, I don't love it on nearly the same level as Rusty Lake. I do like it a lot. I like theorizing about it and talking about it and all that kind of thing. But FNAF is a shit show, and it I have nothing to be cynical about with Rusty Lake when FNAF is in my life. It's basically what it comes. I'm like, what's there to be negative about? It's not nearly as convoluted and stupid as FNAF. I'm fine. So if anything, FNAF is keeping me positive in my other franchises. 'Cause, you know, it'll never compare, so there's nothing to be upset about. Three, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 2, 5, 4, cube. Oh, we can do this now. So while there's an eye there, you're always there? Interesting. Ah. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, there he is. I hear him floating around. Give me that. Get over here. You. The third one is... where? You're normally fine with Russia until you watch... Yeah, I'm watching Nowhere's video first thing tomorrow. I'll pay attention to FNAF, because you still like the franchise, but you give them kind of... Yeah. You're not wrong. I'm still in it, but I'm in it in a very different way than I'm in Rusty Lake, where... I don't know how to... I'm well aware that it's bullshit, and that they're making it up 100% as they go along, and I'm fine with it. Like, I'll just, you know... I'll try and guess and follow along, and it's just sort of light fun. Fucking... Okay, where's the other... I know the one in Harvey. Where's the last? There it is. Good. It's always a close-up on a picture, on something that I didn't close up on. Okay. Speedrun. Yeah. Harvey is... Especially her closest with Harvey, this is Laura stabbing herself. I fully believe that. That in this moment, this is... Yeah, exactly. I do believe that. I just wonder... I just wonder if there is more to it. There may or may not be. Okay, this time, I have to make sure I go back to Summer properly. Get that. this one is... I'll take that. Okay. I'm at the speedrun because I've got card games in like 10 minutes, which is why if we're gonna be doing Rusty Lake on Tuesdays, I have to end at approximately 8. Which I think is a good time for these shorter games anyway. 9... I'll take that, and that, and that. Especially if I don't screw up and have to speedrun the whole game again. Take that. 14... 87... Now! Take that. Harvey was the person who helped her at her lowest, yes. Yeah, no, I don't think there's two. I absolutely don't. I don't think his death here is literal. Yeah, you're right, it could be time travel. I don't want it to be. I'm going to assume it isn't. Be free, Harvey. Oh, here, I'll take my screenshot now. I'm seeing double. 4 Krusties. Okay. I got my 4 Krusty screenshot. So we should be good there. Bye, Harvey. It's true. Like, especially, like... It's always been kind of in the series, but I think most people assumed it was more just metaphor and changing your memories. But we could have been wrong. Oops, I forgot to hold on. Wait, I forgot to light the candle. There you go. Man, imagine a candle that takes like 10 years to... Man, this is a... It's a pretty high quality candle, actually, now that I think about it. Oops. Is this the 3 one? Damn it. Clicking the wrong. Oops. Fuck. Fuck. There. Damn it. Give me that. Also, I'm concerned about that leak. Like, is it just water? Why is there water going to your stove? Doesn't seem like that's just water. Alright. Our boy Harvey is safe. Oh, clock. Should be the 11 one. Oh, it's for the sink. It's going past the stove. Thank you, nowhere. That makes far more sense. Yeah, I thought it was going in the stove. Yep. It's a good good observation. Alright. Like that. Go in here. Grab my Prozac. Grab my mushroom. Grab my cactus fruit. Play the radio. Get our support from Mom and Harvey. Make our smoothies. Cactus. Mushroom. These could also be past lives. Well, no, because Rose isn't a past life. I was thinking if Naraka's another life, but I think it's kind of her current life. Just a passing thought, but it doesn't make much sense. Good. Turn on the power. Now this time, go to summer. It's me. Alright. I don't think there's one in fall. Or there's nothing important in fall about it. Yeah. Okay. Alright. All of our Chivos re-achieved. Now we have the symbol for fire. I believe fire. Fire is the triangle with the line on the top. It's me. Winter of 1981 is when she comes back. Somehow. With the tree. Yay! Alright, excellent. Let me check with my cards. Okay, I've got like a couple more minutes before I have to call it. Yeah. Yeah, she's still in a cube. But she's accessible. She's back and Mr. Crow can take her out of the machine without her just exploding, I guess. I don't know her life. Yeah. She's reachable now. She's reachable inside the cube, as it were. Yeah. I still feel like that means 81 is when Crow takes her out of the white cube. But that does seem to show her in the white cube. That's like it's a good observation. Oh, Kaylina, I appreciate that. Sorry I didn't see it. You don't think it's that white cube? Oh, I thought it was. Given that that's where we see her when, like, where her body is, where her soul is trapped. And the ones who don't make theories about it. That white cube's an actual building. Yeah, but it's also, I mean, like, that is where she is. Or do you mean the one in the picture is an actual building because there's like a thing in it? This and Dale's birthday house are memories. No, yeah, I know, I understand that. I understand that. But I think that she herself is, like, we know that she is physically in that white cube. Even if mentally she is elsewhere. Because that's where we saw her. We see her get put there, and then we see her eventually leave there. Wish you could see my reaction. You think it's the opposite. Oh, interesting. That will probably have to be a conversation that will continue further in the next one, but I definitely want to keep talking about it. Wish you could see my reaction to, maybe I might be able to do a short live stream, live react to your theory, to your video tomorrow. Nowhere in the afternoon. I can't do in the evening because I've got role playing. Dale is physically in the elevator touching the cube. Yes, but it might not be her doing it, right? Like, we know she's in that cube, and we know that Crow is bringing cubes to her because he's going around the lake in the submarine. Going around the submarine, gathering. You don't think this is during Paradox Cave? I don't see how it could be anything but that. Which is in 72. Yes, but this takes place in 80. Basically, this game takes place in 81. More or less, right? Like, the ending is in 81. The memories are... Hello, Efad. It's like 2 a.m. Yeah. Well... Yeah, and I'm gonna call it... unfortunately, Efad, you came back just at the end here, because I have to call it. I've got a game in like 5 minutes that I have to go finish getting ready for. What if Season's ending appeared in a future game? The lake belongs to me, and she can live another life without sorrow. Well, I appreciate you guys being here to talk through things with me, especially those of you who are in a rough time zone for it. I hope that this is a better time for you guys. Like, I know 2 a.m. is still kind of rough, but I hope if I stream from like 5 to 8, that's a good time for you to guys to be hanging. First of all, look on these switches. Yeah. Aw, pig yawn. The sort of free life she would like was possible, since she would have the ability to do so through the lake. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, just staying in the lake to live? Yeah. 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 It's definitely better than last. Okay, good. Well, hopefully. Yeah. Well, this is just. So for the next like little bit, more kind of foreseeable. No, I understand. I think I understand what you're trying to say, Kayleen. I don't disagree. I don't know if there's more to it yet, because we haven't had a chance to see what happens when she leaves. And do you hear Daddy walking around? We'll have to see what's coming next. He's so excited. For the next sort of foreseeable bit, at the very least, while we replay the old games, we're gonna do Tuesdays from like 5 to 8-ish for our Rusty Lake days. And then our regular stream time on Thursdays will be my horror game. So right now, we're gonna be doing Silent Hill because I got it for Christmas and I'm so excited. And then that way we have sort of a late stream for the spooky games. Friday is our multiplayer day, usually Phasmophobia or sometimes Stardew Valley. But we'll keep the Tuesday afternoon dedicated to Rusty Lake, since so many of the people I really want to be there for Rusty Lake, like Nowhere, like Elysian, like possibly Kayleen, have our European time zone, so the afternoon stream's a bit slightly less rough. I'll see if I can push it back to maybe the soonest I could do would be like 4. But that's cutting things a bit tight, so hopefully if this time works okay for you guys are comfortable with the 5 to 8 my time. But I have to go because I have other obligations. And actually, the upside to switching to an afternoon stream on Tuesdays is before I was streaming just every second Tuesday because of this obligation. I've got a standing card game every second Tuesday, which is why I could only stream some of the Tuesday evenings. By moving it to the afternoon, I can now stream every Tuesday. So that does work out. So I'm glad to see you guys. I hope, please continue to give feedback about if streaming time works, and I hope to see you Thursday if you like horror games and you want to see some Silent Hill, and if not, I'll see you guys next Tuesday for more Rusty Lake, and please do keep challenging me and helping me think of the series in different ways. Yeah, you can drop some schedule fish. I'm sorry, Efad. It's gonna be a bit all over the place, but hopefully some afternoon and some evening will make it some better for some people. Thanks, Kayleen. The VOD will always be up on YouTube, so you can always just go back and watch it. It's just gonna stay up forever. Bye!